New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
And hello again, dear ones. Dr. Robert with you here on a Friday evening. It's 7:30 on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for Ask Me Anything. Now, this only happens on the final, the fourth Friday of the month. So this is a once a month type of thing, and you are welcome to ask me anything. And I will sit here until somebody does. But no, and I will answer your questions. I'll answer any question you have. I do want to let you know that tonight's program is brought to you in part by Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley, a great place to hang your hat, as I do on every Sunday of the month now. Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley. Great group of people. If you're in the Denver metro area, come join us or check us out online. First and third Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Zoom. Or you can, and that's more of a coffee discussion. I do a little bit of a talk, and then we have a discussion. And then on, we're having a problem here. Gonna have to drop a link. Whoa. Sorry about that. Holy heck. We'll get running here, folks. Don't worry. I need to make sure things are operating properly. And it would appear they are not on Facebook. So I'm going to go over there and I'm going to drop a link. Oh, yeah. All right. That one's there. Now, see, that's interesting. Seems that good old Facebook is not allowing me to broadcast to our own network page for some reason. It's got all our other shows here today, but it's not letting this one go through. I guess we're doing too much, huh? And it's going to take me a minute to put this on over there. Ask me anything. On now. We'll drop a link in there. Maybe that'll get out to people. Post. Anybody else get the feeling Facebook doesn't like creators anymore? They just don't seem to want to play nice. Seems like it takes forever. It takes just a ton of to get anything done. It takes 45 clicks to do anything anymore. And I don't know. All right, ask me anything. New Thought Media Network. You're welcome to chat in the chat boxes as we go. You're welcome to hit me with a DM. And if you'd like to come on air and sit next to me in the studio here and ask me a question live on air, I'll be happy to do that for you. Give you a live link to what we're doing here. So again, you're welcome to chat in the chat box of whatever platform you're on. Any platform you're catching this on, there's going to be a chat box somewhere. So feel free to do that and to ask me anything. I'll answer. Might not be the type of answer you're looking for, but I'll answer. And also, if you're the type of person, if you'd be willing and you want to come on air and jump on your computer, well, you're already on your computer, right? So just send me a DM, send me a message, and I'll be happy to get you the guest link, and you can come sit in on the session, and you can ask me anything right here. That's how it works. And I have no problem talking about stuff. If we don't have questions, I got all kinds of stuff we can talk about. Let's talk about this. Linked in Spirit. Join in Joy, a new thought gathering for connection, collaboration, and community, happening in Las Vegas, Nevada, September 12th through the 14th. And if you look right there in the center of that flyer there, whose picture is that? That's my picture. Our brother LZ Sekou is going to be there as well. Look at some of these other folks as well. Reverend Cheryl Bell, Reverend Stacy Hilton, Brother Raymond, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson is going to be with us. Some newer friends, people I don't know that well, but we're getting to know. Reverend Cynthia Breeze, she's here on Friday mornings with Rev Skip as part of the High Vibe Hour. So that's a great show to check out. Reverend LZ will be there. I know this isn't the largest picture in the world to look at, but more as well. You can learn more at csllasvegas.org. I think that's it. Let's make sure we're giving you the right link here. That's not the one. You know, that's the thing, folks. I don't know. I never really pay attention to exactly what we're going to talk about. And so when we start talking about something, I come around and figure out, oh, okay, this is what we need to make sure you can connect. Okay, so see, I went and I found the link. I'm going to drop that link in the chat box for you as far as the comments are concerned. Head over to LasVegasCSL.org. Check them out. We're going to be there in September. It's going to be a really good time. But we're here now, and we're just getting into it. We got all kinds of time. Not sure if we got very many viewers tonight. It's a Friday night. It's summertime. The sky is still bright. I know of a few of our regulars that are out camping this weekend, enjoying the world, enjoying an opportunity to get away from everything. If you're one of them, you don't know I'm talking about you, but you might see this on a replay. I don't know. We might just, this might be one for the ages, and the video never goes anywhere. But that's okay, because I don't have to talk. I mean, topic comes up. That's what I'm here for. And in that regard, we can sit here and hang out. We can listen to some music. Hey, why don't I do that? Let's do that. Let's see what happens with I want to share with you. So, okay, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the very beginning. We're going to talk about how it starts, where it starts. How's that sound? Because I often talk about New Thought Media Network having it's that we're in our 5th year. We've celebrated our 5th anniversary back in March, and however, it all starts somewhere else. And what I'm showing you here, actually, this website, this doesn't even come into play until much later. But for the time being, why can I not get this to like up nice? Oh, all right. So this is what our website looks like. And in this is what where we got it all started. And that's right up here with this button, Listen Live. And if you press that button, you get a little pop out here. And you'll see there's a couple of different places where you can hit play. I'll hit play in a second. But before I do that, I do just want to talk about it a little bit more, because the radio station is really where it all begins. This is what I want. Yeah, that's the one I want. Thank you. The radio station is really where it all begins, because I've told this story to some, and in 2017, 18, and in through 2019, even I had become quite disillusioned with the idea of ministry and where I was in the world of ministry, and I had become quite delusioned with that, or delusional maybe even. And I was driving Uber. I was driving for a living, putting tons of miles on my car, spending an insane amount of hours out on the roads and the highways and byways around Colorado. And it was, and I don't want to say it was all horrible, because I learned a lot about the traffic patterns. I learned a lot about places I didn't know about in the area and in and around Colorado. And it was, but I was getting really, really, really tired of listening to commercial radio, and even the nonprofit stuff in Colorado, and the radio that people would want to listen to in the car. I was getting very, very disillusioned there. So I started on New Thought Radio, and New Thought Radio became kind of a lifeline. And it was all just, let's play some good New Thought music.
Much to understand, nothing much to, for sure it's up to me.
Right there, some Ricky Byers.
To bring water to a dry land.
Turn that down a little bit. Let that play in the background for just a moment or two. And New Thought Radio began really from that concept that let's have a way to stay in tune with the tunes. Let's keep the vibration up, keep myself from driving myself crazy. I gotta check that too. Sorry, something. StreamYard and Facebook keep doing some weird things. If you're out there and you can see this, let me know. Because I'm not sure everybody can or not. So there I am, just feeling like, man, this isn't working, and I'm driving Uber, and now you've also probably heard me say, thank God for the pandemic, because in 2020, as I was trying to find my way out of that industry and trying to find a way back into something that would pay to keep the family afloat and moving forward, and as the world locked down, we were thrown into let's give it another good run as and what came forward. And at first it was like, okay, I've been wanting to build a virtual community for years. We have this little radio station. Let's build around that and dive in deep to sharing prayers online. And we still do that. As a matter of fact, my dear wife will be doing the evening prayers tonight at 8:15 in about a half an hour. So we still do so much of that. And the radio station was an anchor at a point, and then it became a rally point real quickly, that with the opportunity to be in prayer, with the opportunity to be in the visioning process, with the opportunity to be in the stillness, because we weren't going out in the world and we weren't going to work and everything stopped. And I didn't want to watch the news because there was nothing good going on there. And that's where New Thought Media Network comes up. And that's where we get the network. Let's see what's on.
and heal.
You know, it's radio, so you can't just pick and choose what songs you want to play. You got to listen to everything. You got to listen to it all. Let's listen to it. Let's see what's on. This is Larry Gatlin. This is from a Mile High Live CD. All right, we don't know. And that's the beauty, because any music that's legally licensed, I buy on a real CD, all the Mile High Live stuff. There's a wealth of eclectic choices in music around the New Thought philosophy that I was able to pick up all kinds of stuff and start a radio station. And now it grows, right? And then it grows, and then it grows, and then it grows, and then it grows. And 5 years ago, I don't like to call it rock bottom, because I'm not in recovery, and it wasn't the bottom. It wasn't the worst than any, right? But it was the bottom of, it was ground level. It was basement. We were building foundation. That's it. Okay, let's use that analogy. We were laying the foundation. I didn't realize it, but in 2019 or very early 2020, I was kind of digging the hole, digging the pit that we would build the foundation in. But in 2020, we were building the foundation, plain and simple. We were laying concrete brick and building a foundation, pouring cement and building a foundation, however we want to look at it. And interestingly, there are a handful of people that were with me that first summer that understood, that could see the vision, and not that any of them, and some of them have left and some of them have stayed, and not that anybody, there were those that were ready to lend their hearts and their minds and their hands to building the foundation of what this is today. And there's no question in my mind that I will forever be deeply indebted and grateful beyond measure to those folks. Reverend Elzia Sekou started from the very, very beginning. And we've been together and weaving a narrative and looking at the New Thought movement and appearing on stages together over these last 5 years that has become an incredibly strong sibling type relationship with my brother Elzia, because it's more than just colleagues doing the work now. It started as colleagues figuring stuff out. And we could tell you some stories of the early days. Oh my gosh. If you go back and find some of the earliest videos from New Thought, from CSL Denver, in the earliest days of this network, if you want to go all that way back in the archives, you'll find some interesting things that happened and how we dealt with those. And we've been putting one foot in front of the other ever since. Myself, my dearly beloved upstairs, my kids have given more than they realize, and a great collection of people have found their way into this organization and into this community in one way or another. And some have grown beyond, and some got upset with me, and I can understand that. And some became disillusioned with ministry or with organizations, but here's what I know for sure. I've yet to meet anyone in the last 5 years that doesn't understand the power of the New Thought message, the power of the New Thought principles to create whatever it is we desire in our lives. If you want to write books, write books. You want to make video, make video. You want to make podcasts, make podcasts. You want to play on a radio station, email me. And we'll talk about this as we go here tonight, the vision has grown. Right? The vision has grown, and it continues to grow. And in 5 years, we've had some great experiments, and we've had some things that didn't work. And we have some that still do. Rev Z and Rev Briz, 5 years of that, of doing, I forget when exactly we started. I can't remember if it was August or that was like our first show. That was the first show Z and I started together. Ministers talking shit. Now we have things like What Would Louise Say with Reverend Martine Bernard. And this is someone I met, and I've met in the Greater New Thought movement, and I met Reverend Martine simply through New Thought organizations and events that I never would have met if it weren't for this network. And Martine has studied with the people, and I'm sorry, Reverend Patricia, and I can't remember her husband's name at the moment. They're on the program. They've been on the first couple of programs. They studied directly with Louise. They were Louise's direct students. And they have, over the years now, taught everything they learned from Louise to Martine. And now Martine's taken that out and bringing that back to the New Thought movement through this program and some other initiatives to bring back the wisdom. And not that it was ever really gone, but we can sometimes lose sight of people, out of sight, out of mind. If you're not putting out new books all the time, if you're not out there on the road, on stages and here and there, people tend to forget some of the icons of our movement, or they lose that draw to a point that, anyway, regardless. So I'm really excited that we get to do things like that. And another big one, and this one is something I really want to invite you to and talk about, is the Affiliated New Thought Network. We're doing an open house at Unity Village in October as part of our annual retreat, and a Tuesday night, 7:00. There's going to be vendor fair. There's going to be a vendor fair. Reverend Martha Creek is our keynote speaker. Ricky Byers is our musical inspiration. And it's part of our annual retreat. And this year, as a part of the board and the event team, everybody was like, let's let people know what it is we do. We talk about bringing the New Thought movement together in compassion and love. Let's open the doors and give everybody a free night out. If you are anywhere near Kansas City, Lee Summit, can come to Unity Village that Tuesday evening, the 7th of October. Now, we do invite you to register on the website, antn.org. But if you can join us, the doors are open. And we'd love to have you and your friends come hang out and learn more about how this organization, ANTN, the Affiliated New Thought Network, is really doing a great job of connecting people, connecting organizations. So I want to invite you to that. Remember, folks, it is Ask Me Anything. I'll answer any honest question that's posed. Drop it in the chat box. Light up those chat boxes. No matter where you are, no matter where you're watching from, drop it in the comment box or whatever they call it, and I'll see it and I'll answer it, or I'll give you an answer. But I often joke it might be the answer that I like. I don't know, but we'll give you an answer. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to talk about some of the cool stuff that's going on here at New Thought Media Network. And here's another one, the Global Heart of Peace. I need a better promo image there, I think. We're doing a Global Heart of Peace peace party. That says Friday at 5:00 Mountain Time. That is not a correct advertisement. Let me get rid of that completely. We're going to go over here to the marketing folder, and we're going to take a quick gander and find our peace party. Let's try this one. This one might, because this is happening on Monday nights. Monday nights at 5 o'clock. The very first one will be this coming Monday, actually. There we go. The Global Heart of Peace invite you to celebrate the many paths of peace, explore an exciting life of peace, and embody joyous peace Mondays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, only on the New Thought Media Network. So we want to invite you to come join us for that Monday nights at 5. It's an initiative, and the Global Heart of Peace is a CSO initiative or affiliate. I forget sometimes, but great group of people that love to find new and innovative ways to bring forward the heart of peace, the idea of a heart of peace. And in the early days of New Thought Media Network, 2020, 2021, I think, maybe even into 2022, they were doing a program that I was participating in as well, where, it was in those early years where we would, that was a weekly peace meditation type program. And this is something new. So Mondays at 5 o'clock, the Global Heart of Peace Party. It's a peace party. Join us. So come join us for that. Also new on the itinerary, another new program. It's All Love. This is on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Eastern. Now, you may know that, recognize that gorgeous, beautiful woman in the lower left-hand corner there. So that's my dear wife, Lara. And she and a number of friends have gotten together to bring forward a program. And this is really unique because we've done a couple of programs like this, folks, with multiple hosts. And it takes a unique combination. And what I know is these four ladies have been working together for a while now to build their sense of connection within themselves, so that one translates onto the camera, but also to make sure that they kind of understand each approach to the philosophy, if you will. They had their first show. Now this is happening on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Yes, I just said that in the ad, didn't I? I want to check my sheet. I don't like to be wrong on these things. Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Mountain Time. First episode just aired this past Wednesday, so you can find that in our YouTube archives, or again, tune in any week. So if you are wondering what you've stumbled in here tonight, folks, this is Ask Me Anything with myself, and on behalf of the Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley. Thank you to those folks for helping make this possible, and of course, New Thought Media Network. Friday nights, the last Friday of every month, or the fourth Friday of every month. I don't think there's any fifth Fridays this year, are there? I don't know offhand. But we'll be here I'll be here for about another hour, unless it gets really, really boring and nobody wants to talk to me or ask me questions. But the idea is I'll answer any question you pose. All you got to do is type it into the chat box, and I'll see it, and then I'll answer it. And if you don't like the answer, well, then you can chat back and ask me a clarifying question. Between now and then, I'm going to continue to promote the good people that are making New Thought Media Network possible. The High Vibe Hour on Fridays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Reverend Cynthia Breeze and Rev Skip Jennings. Now, you might have recognized Reverend Cynthia's name. She's part of the lineup for our event, not our event, but the event that I'll be speaking at in Las Vegas in September. And Rev Skip is no stranger to New Thought Media Network. This is his second show with us. He did a show earlier in our run, and then took a little time away, and he's come back with this newer version of the High Vibe Hour with a co-host, Reverend Cynthia. They're both going to be. I know that Rev Skip is now at the North Hollywood Center for Spiritual Living with Reverend Sydney. Sorry, Reverend Sydney, I never get your last name right, so I'm just going to stop trying for a moment for this show. So Reverend Sydney will be with us in Vegas, and I think Skip's going to be holding down the fort in North Hollywood. But I do know that Rev Skip's going to be with us at the Anton Conference in October, so that'll be a great time. We're going to have a blast today at DN this year, folks. And that is, again, it's the 6th through the 10th of October this year at Unity Village. And registration is available for that. You know, we just extended the early bird registration on that. We just extended that to July, to the end of the month. So we had a number of people that were like, I really want to get in on the early birds, and everybody said, all right, let's move that date to the end of July. So you got one more month to register for the early bird price. That's over at antn.org. We should have where is it? There it is. Yes. Yeah. Annual retreat, October 6th through 10th at Unity Village. And you can learn more at antn.org. All right. Look at that. Ricky Byers and Martha Creek on the same night. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. Hey, have I told you folks about Roots and Branches yet? I might have talked about this on one of these. Reverend Dr. Ruth Miller, who is currently the president of the Emerson Institute, is exploring the history and the future of New Thought with her program, New Thought's Roots and Branches, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. That's following New Thought Today, myself and Reverend Elzia. That starts at 2. And then Dr. Ruth comes on at 4 with the Roots and Branches. And I'm a 20-year plus student of this philosophy, and I learn something every time, every week on Reverend Ruth's program. I learn something new about the roots. And right now she's still working in the roots. She hasn't gotten to the branches yet. She'll get in there. But she's still working on the roots of New Thought at this point. So ask me anything on the New Thought Media Network in partnership with our friends at the Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley. Join the conversation. You're welcome to chat along in the comment box, or if you'd like to come on air and sit next to me here virtually from your computer, just drop me a DM or let me know, and I will get you the guest link. You can come on in and join me. Otherwise, it's going to get pretty boring if you're just going to let me babble on for the next hour, because I'll find things to talk about. But it'd be much, much more fun to answer your questions. And we only do this once a month. I still do understand it is still daylight where I am. Might still be almost light on the East Coast. And so we get a little, we don't get where people are out having fun. Not as many people online. Let's check out what's going on over at the radio station. Try this. So I'm going to turn that down for a minute, but let's try this. Let's give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like behind the scenes of our radio station. Oh yeah, we're going to take that out for a moment, and I'm going to share another screen with you here. Turn off the radio station over here. Here we go. This is the platform on which we've built our radio station, Live 365. And what you can see is in the last 24 hours, we've had 10 listeners. Here's our playlist. Here's our listeners per day. We don't see a lot of listeners, but I'll tell you, we have room for a lot of listeners. So we can make these numbers go way up. But here's what I really want to show you. This is our current schedule. Now, you'll notice some blanks in here. Those are filled with playlists, or what in the industry are called clock wheels. However, after they play, they disappear. Sometimes, not always. It's an interesting program. And you'll see over here, right over here on Friday, well, this is where we are right now in our programming day. I know it might be hard to see. There's a little green line there. And coming up at the top of the hour, or at 9 o'clock tonight after this show, is any Posse. Interesting show. Not what most of us would consider traditional New Thought artists, and that's okay. But it is Posse. So any Posse with Brian Black happens. We get this. He actually doesn't release this program to the general audience, to everybody publicly, until Sunday. And he lets us play it on Friday night, and then we have a repeat on Saturday as well. Now, you might notice some names you recognize. Pat Watson, Floyd Lula, but Danielle ate the sandwich. I don't know that artist. I do know David Byrne, but Ben Standing, Anazi Azul, D. Lee, number of artists I don't recognize. Here's Nina Simone a couple times. And Nina Simone was up here at the top. Okay, so that rolled over is what happened there. I see what happened there. That rolled over by a couple of people. But the idea is that we have something different than just the traditional Posse artists that we know, or New Thought artists. And on Friday nights, Brian does his program, starts at 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Any Posse on Friday nights. And then on Saturdays it starts a little earlier. It starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Thanks for being with us here tonight, folks. If you've wondered what you stumbled into, it's Ask Me Anything. My favorite ice cream flavor? It depends. Some days it's vanilla. Some days it's Cherry Garcia. Sometimes it's a really fun black raspberry. Depends on what I can get my hands on. Yeah, let's we'll get rid of that. So it all started with a radio station. It all started with good music, an opportunity to play good music.
Live in sweet abundance.
How did I
Some of us in misery. But no matter your situation,
Robert Anderson.
here's a truth you can know. When we step on the path to compassion, that's when we'll surely go temporarily sane.
All right, you don't
Certifiably free.
I know. You don't want to listen to me sing. I don't want to listen to me sing, but I like to sing. But I've never studied it enough to actually sing. So, ask me anything, folks. Send in your questions. Drop them in the comment box, or if you'd like to join me live on air, send me a DM. That is, if you're watching this on Friday night. If for some unique and interesting reason you're sitting around on a Saturday afternoon or anytime wondering if we're going to get to anything good, ask a question. I won't answer it here live, but I will get back to you. I promise. But for those that are watching live, and I can see the numbers out there, I know you're out there. Drop me a question. Send in a query. Let me know what you'd like to know a little bit more about, and I will be happy to share that with you. I'll be happy to answer. Hey, here's something I haven't talked about too much yet, but I guess now is the time. Many of you know that on Friday nights we offer the good news. We have handed over the reins of the good news. Reverend Barbara Jean, all the way from Toronto, Canada, is now our primary host of the good news on Friday evenings. And I'll tell you, she's doing a better job than I think I ever did. What a great selection of stories that she's been sharing. And all of these, our programs, are in our playlists over on our YouTube channel. So that's part of it. On YouTube is really the best place to stay in touch with what we're doing. You got to go looking for us, but once you do find us, it is there is so much there. So let's why don't we do that? Let me show you around there a little bit, and a couple of things that I think would be helpful. I know they are for me. So let's go here. Okay, so there's the station. There's the channel. I'm gonna move that over here, and yeah. So right here, you see this light up playlists. There's always going to be what's coming up, and right now we have 2 live streams on. Ourselves and the Solid Grounds, featuring out of Albuquerque, and our evening prayers with my dear beloved Laura are coming up in 5 minutes. But and then below that, you'll see some suggestions, upcoming stuff. But here's our past live streams, most recent live streams throughout the afternoon. So working backwards, Reverend Michael with his fireside chat, the good news with Barbara Jean, Divine Science Everywhere, the Joy Show with Barbara Jean, the High Vibe Hour, and all the way back through, back to the beginning of the day, where here we were with Ministers Talking Stuff. We also have daily playlists. A couple of these need to be updated, but they're there. All kinds of playlists. And again, if you click this button, you're going to find all of our normal programming. It's all love, our daily prayers. What would Louise say? Concerts in the Canyon, Divine Science Everywhere, our 5th anniversary celebration. These are great videos. That was a fun evening. What's Up and Why? Some of our special programming. This was a one-time program, Gender Journeys. Here's New Thought, Roots and Branches. Ask Me Anything. Go back and watch the past episodes of Ask Me Anything. All the various programs. Everybody's got a playlist. Sometimes you got to scroll down a little bit because we've done a lot of things and we got a lot of playlists. The Inclusive Church with Dr. Tracy Brown. Let's jump in there. Now, I don't want to necessarily look at what I wanted to look at the playlist. Excuse me. Let me go back. I want to see what view the full playlist. Here we go. So this is the Inclusive Church with Dr. Tracy. And you can see we're up to, wow, we might need to get Dr. Tracy. I think we do. She needs a 1-year button. We've been doing the Inclusive Church. Goes all the way back to March of 2024, just a little over a year and a quarter. So all these episodes of the Inclusive Church, various interviews, different topics that she's covered. Politics in the Inclusive Church, 10/15/24. I got a feeling that was an interesting conversation. We're not going to look at that right now, but I wanted you to know all this is out here for you, and it's out here to help anyone, all kinds of people, to find an entry point to the science of mind and spirit, to New Thought, to the unity philosophy, to divine science, to all the various roots and branches of this great New Thought movement. We're not limited to any one thing, and we're not limited to any one organization. We're here to bring together all of these organizations. We're here to bring together just a wealth of the various people that are out here. And you know what I was just thinking? Maybe we should listen in and check out the evening prayers tonight. It's up in a minute or two. Maybe this will be a simulcast. Now, I'm still here for your questions. And and I can't remember where we, maybe all the way back in Salt Lake City is probably where it all started. If there is one or more people that want to hear what I've got to say, I'll stick around and say it. I'll live into the, as best as I possibly can, and this is going on 20 years now, working to live into showing up for the amount of time for the in the places, and it's occasionally things happen and you don't, but overall, I said I'd be here till 9 o'clock. I'll be here till 9 o'clock. But I do think that we really should listen in to my dearly beloved sharing a prayer tonight. So I'm going to do that.
Welcome to Evening Prayers here on New Thought Media Network, a global broadcast global network, positive music, media, entertainment, and so much more. Here to serve and support you on your journey in this human realm, supporting you in your expansion, your expression, and living a life that you love living. Okay, got all that out of the way, not very well. I am your prayer partner this evening, Laura Brzezinski, coming to you live from Arvada, Colorado. We do offer prayers twice a day, 8:15 a.m., 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. And I am part of a prayer team, and one of us shows up at each of those times to offer you a reminder about the power of prayer, a reminder about the power of knowing the truth of who you are and helping you get back into alignment with that. We don't ask for something, fingers crossed, hoping, wishing, beseeching. We are affirming the truth that is, the truth that we have forgotten. And I was contemplating what to do prayers around tonight. It's a beautiful Colorado evening. I'm feeling gratitude. Excuse me. I've had a good week, a good day. I have all used that, but feeling gratitude for the air temperature and the beautiful day and all of that. And that is easy to do a prayer request around or a prayer affirmation around. And what came up next was it's the end of the month. And how many people are in the space of, I have a mortgage payment coming up, I have rent coming up, I have car payments coming up, right? It all seems to coagulate at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. So not a prayer for prosperity and abundance, because I was feeling the abundance of the day already. So when I pray, I use the affirmative I term, and I invite you to hear that as your own I am when I speak. And I also close my eyes, because that helps me to turn within and to tune out the other noises and sounds and distractions. So if you're comfortable and you're safe, you're not driving, I invite you to do the same. And I welcome you into this practice with me. So let's begin. And I breathe in a big, deep breath of life, breathing in that simple nourishment that comes from the air, holding, utilizing, and releasing and letting go that which no longer serves. And as I breathe in, I turn in and I tap into that divine, infinite intelligence that is always present everywhere in each and every moment. That power, that presence, that intelligence that breathes me, that breathes all of life, every being all around the planet. That divine intelligence that allows the sun to shine at just the right temperature, that allows the breeze, that allows the moisture in the air to lift, to form as clouds, to come back down as rain or snow, depending on the season. That incredible, miraculous aspect of nature that causes the tomato plant to come out of the tomato seed and the carrot to come out of the carrot seed, and the oak tree, the mighty oak tree that comes out of the acorn. That power, presence, intelligence is operating in, through, and as me and every being on this planet. And I lean in and I listen to that divine intelligence that tells me that all of my needs are met. I am supported. I am blessed. I am guided in all aspects of my life. Regardless of appearances, all is well. All is unfolding beautifully. I look out at the abundance of blades of grass in the yard. I look up at the trees and all of the leaves. Everywhere I look, there is abundance and prosperity in nature. As the flowers come up out of the ground, as the weeds come up out of the ground, the weeds being plants that I don't want them to be where they are, but beautiful acts of nature expressing themselves where they landed, where the soil was ripe for them to grow. And I see in the forest the myriad of different trees, plants, bushes, animals. Life is prosperous just by being itself, and I am of life. I am in that bounty, living and expressing. And so I relish that. I see that abundance everywhere in my life, and I claim that as my life. As I am part of nature, I am part of the divine intelligence of the tapestry of all of life. I therefore live in the abundance of nature, as nature. And so I just claim and know and feel in this moment, I am blessed. I am blessed with all of my needs being met in all aspects of my life, all areas. I am in the flow. And the more that I sit in that feeling, the vibration of appreciation for all that I have, all that I see, the more that I feel one with all of life, the more this demonstrates into material form in my life. So in this moment, I say yes. I say yes to all that I have with so much gratitude, so much appreciation. I say yes to all that has come before and shown up in my life. I say yes to all that I have in this moment, and I say yes to all that is coming. For life is flow. And right here, right now, where I am is abundant. I am prosperous. I feel it. I give thanks for it. I say yes. So opening up my hand, my heart, my mind to receive, I say, thank you, life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just let this go, knowing as I speak it, it is already so. And so I just let it be. And so it is. And so it is. Whew.
And so it is. Yes, yes, yes. That's my beautiful wife doing our prayers. That's what we do on New Thought Media Network. But you've tuned in to Ask Me Anything. And that means you have the opportunity to ask me any question you want about any topic, about anything. Because I can't put limits on it, but there is no limit to the mind of the divine. And the mind of the divine, if I don't know, the mind of the divine will give me an answer. So, no, this is not Stump the Chump. This is Ask Me Anything. Not that any of you out there thought of it that way. I know. I'm just being silly. But we've got a little over half an hour here still that I am happy to join into any conversation and share pretty much on any topic. But you got to get us started. Get me in there, folks. Put me in. We can go back to listening to the radio station. I've been telling the story. If you're just joining me, if you're just joining in here tonight, I've been telling some of the story of how all of this has come to be, and the really and And it's just a huge invitation. I think this is one of the coolest things we do. And I really want to get more people involved in listening to the radio station. And it's this simple, right? So you go to ntmedia.org. We're gonna get rid of this. You go to ntmedia.org. There's a button here that says listen. You can go to radio, but the easiest way is go over here to live listen. Click that button. Al pops this will pop out. You can hit play up here or play down here. And the current track, it says, is Ricky Byers.
Grace, I live.
That easy.
The master
Radio. I'll turn that down just a little. You can have New Thought Radio on your computer that quick. And if that, whoops. And even with that, I have another one because we have an app too. Now, New Thought Live 365 has its own app, and you can go there and you can choose New Thought Media Network, and you can make it a favorite, and you can use their app. But there's an even easier way to do all this, and I made a little video about it, so I'm going to show you that little video real quick. This is how you do this on your phone if you have an Android. I don't know about Apple's. But if you have an Android, you can create your own app for our channel and our station in just a couple of minutes to make it happen. And then once it's there, it only takes 3 clicks. Watch this. All right, folks, here's how we do it. So we go to Google. We look for a search. We happen to already have ntmedia.org, and we click that. As the page comes up here, and we want to go to our 3 little dots, and it may give us an option right away, add to home screen. That's what we're looking for, add to home screen. Now it's going to say install app. You can see that our name is New Thought Media Network, Positively Inspiring. We're going to install that. And that means we have now installed the app. So I'm going to go back to my home screen. I'm going to go to the end of wherever my apps are. And look, right there, New Thought Media Network. Just got it as an app. Now, from here, this is where the fun begins, and this is how easy it gets. Once you've got this installed as an app, it is 1. Wait for everything to come up. 2 clicks. And a 3rd.
And let me love you.
And aren't you amazed? It is the amazing Jesse Powers. So that's how it works, folks. That's how easy it is. Again, once you have the app set up, it is 1, 2, 3 clicks in. And turn that down a little bit while we're doing this. That's Trevor Hall, You Can't Rush Your Healing. Another great song. All right, that's how you do it. That's how easy it is. Create your own app for New Thought Media Network. That's it. See? And I have mine on my phone right now. So I'm going to, 1. It's hard to see with the reflection. There it is. 2. There's the pop out. Looks a lot like the screen, huh? Yeah, because it is. It's the website. And 3. You won't be able to hear that. But we'll go over here and see what's playing. And I'm telling you, folks, when I work, I have I'll show you my whole reel setup. I have a stereo. I have my full old style stereo with nice big speakers up in the corners. And I've set that up with a little Bluetooth device that allows me to stream this old phone that I have. And this old phone has the radio app. And I have it all set up that I can just turn on this little phone. The big speakers in the back. I don't have the system powered up right now, but it works that you can have creating the positive environment, creating the environment of positivity, using positive music in so many ways that I don't even listen to commercial radio anymore. But I listen to New Thought Radio because it's a wide variety. And we, myself and Reverend Michael, I want to give Reverend Michael Mangus a shout out on this one too, because Reverend Michael does a lot of work to help keep that station going as well. I told you about any Posse that is on Friday nights and Saturday evenings. We also have Terry Paul Choice, and she has a program that she shares with us every week at 10:30 Wednesday mornings, and also on Saturday mornings, and a little bit later on Sunday afternoons, where she shares a program that has a wide variety, and she does some readings inside, sometimes some poetry. It's another great way that we can highlight and keep things fresh, keep things rotating, keep things from sounding the same, using the technology to create a real radio station. And we would love it if you would invite your friends over to be a part of what we're doing. We would love it if you would invite your friends over to be a part of what we're doing in a number of ways. And another one of those ways that I'm going to mention it is to be part of our financial family. If you go to the website and you click on the donate button here, there it goes. It'll take you over to our donate page, and you can click through here to make a contribution. And here's one of the things. Now, you can choose to make a contribution as a one-time donation, or go big and make it a monthly donation. Any amount helps. You can put $1 in here if you want. Any amount helps. And we do have a couple of reasons, but you don't need to worry about the fund stuff too much. ntmedia.org/donate. That easy. Boom. Hi, I want to contribute $25 a month to keep this network going. I'm going to add a little note that says thanks. Love you guys. We'll say love you all. And boom. You could choose credit card. You can click that off. You can choose to pay by PayPal. Whoops. You can set up an ACH, automatic deduction from your bank account, which has the lowest fees of any of our ways of making it. And while you're over here, if you want, you can go to our merch store. All kinds of fun stuff in our merch store. This is one of my favorites. All for love and love for all. Made this design. And based on sizing, you can get one of these for $13-14. When you go to the cart, whoop, that one's on black. The whole system's here, including ways to say thank you to our sponsors. And all of our sponsor links will take you outside our website and show you who our sponsors are. There's so much you can do here on our website. We've even got our new prayer request form. So you go in here and fill out this form. This goes to all of our prayer partners immediately. It'll even ask you if you'd like a response in different ways. Although it does ask if you'd like an SMS response, and we don't ask for your phone number. So if you click that, you're not getting one. But if you would like an email response, I'm going to have to go in and fix that. But right there, you just drop in your prayer request. Let us know who it is. And
I feel the call of something
never more than a couple clicks away from our radio station as well. All right, let's Let's take that off stage for a little bit. We got a little bit of time left, folks. Ask me anything. Send in your comments. Send in your questions. I'll do everything I can to answer them. And, hey, look. This.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents the Global Heart of Peace's Peace Party. Celebrate the many paths to peace. Explore an exciting life of peace. Embody joyous peace. Come to our weekly Peace Party, Mondays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on New Thought Media Network. www.ntmedia.org.
We just have so much fun stuff that we get to be a part of. Another thing that we're doing that we get to be a part of that's really fun is Convention of the Americas. Check this out.
Welcome to the Convention of the Americas 2025, Rising Together. Join us for a truly bilingual retreat experience on the shores of the beautiful Lake Chapala, Mexico. July 22nd through July 26th, 2025, at the Hotel Villa Monte Carlo in Jalisco, Mexico. Featuring Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, Dr. Jose de Lira Sosa, Reverend Dr. Kathy Ann Lewis, Reverend Dr. John Waterhouse, and Reverend Dr. David Bruner. Registration is now open, and payment plans are available. Simply visit www.conventionoftheamericas.com. Come be part of a transformative gathering with powerful presentations, workshops, networking time, and just good old relaxing and connecting. Plus, you can learn more about the science of mind and how to live this powerful philosophy in your life. Transform your life at Convention of the Americas 2025, Rising Together.
And I tell you, it's going to be a fun time in Jalisco at the Hotel Monte Carlo. Beautiful grounds, beautiful facility, and such an amazing community of people. If you can get away, end of July here, coming up soon, just a month away, get on it. Come join us. Still time to register, still room at the hotel. And airfare has actually been getting cheaper this week. Keep an eye on it. Seems to be going down just a little. Might get some really good airfare right now. Convention of the Americas, I've been there the last couple of years. Laura was with me last year. Excuse me. And it is such a fun time because, again, it's a truly bilingual conference, and you don't have to know Spanish to feel like you're part of the family. I tell you that from my own experience. So much good going on. Hey, I probably would be remiss, by the way, if I didn't say a big, huge thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. First and foremost, Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley. Thank you for your patronage, your support of this ministry, and making this all happen. That's a huge part of it. It really is. So I want to say thank you to them. What else do we got, folks? Send in your questions. We're running out of time. I know what's going to happen. You're going to have a question right at the last minute, and I'm not going to have time to answer it. Let's invite everybody again. Who wants to come to Vegas, September 12th through the 14th? We've got that. We've got Vegas. We got Unity Village for the Anton retreat this year. And I'll tell you again, I don't know of any organization that is offering their premier evening for free. Raise the Roof. It's an open house at Unity Village, Tuesday, October 7th. If you cannot be at the Anton retreat this year, come, just find a way to get there for Tuesday night. We're going to have a vendor village and some extra special stuff, and Ricky Byers on music, and Reverend Dr. Martha Creek is our keynote for the evening. It's going to be special. It's going to be really, really, really special, folks. So I want you to know, I want you to come be a part of it. I want you to come be a part of it. Keep an eye. antn.org for more information on the Anton conference. I know that the main hotel at Unity Village is sold out. There's still plenty of tickets for the retreat, and still plenty of rooms down the road at the Holiday Inn. And one of the things that Anton does that not everybody does is we'll be providing transportation as well. So you don't have to worry about renting a car. Once you get to the if you're not on grounds, we have cars and shuttles and buses that will get you back and forth to the hotels in the area. So plenty of room still available to come join us for this. It's going to be a magical year. Okay. If you go look at the website, you'll recognize that my name is on the list for keynotes as well. I haven't been informed which evening or afternoon or where my keynote will be placed, but I do get a keynote address this year, and I'm already working on what I want to. I'm already working on some stuff that could be fun. So come join us. And just come join us. antn.org. That's Anton, antn.org. Learn more about our annual retreat, October 6th through the 10th. And we have extended the early bird registration through the end of July. So early bird discounts and July 31st. Get on top of, you want to be a part of this. I'm just saying. All right. 19 minutes and counting, 18 and change. Who's got it? You're going to get tired of listening to me, or I'm going to get tired of listening to me, one or the other. And most likely it's going to happen at the top of the hour if it hasn't already. I'm thinking, what is it that I have neglected to share with you all? And I'm sure there's something I'm missing out on. Something that's slipping out of my mind. However, what I do know is, this is something special. What we're doing here is New Thought Media Network. I believe it is something truly unique, something really special, because I'm not playing with limits here. We're not just a video program. We're not just video. We're not just podcasts and audio. I didn't even talk about podcasts. Not all of our programs, but a handful of them. And my intention is in the coming year to expand the number of programs that we have on the podcast platform, because you can search out Ministers Talking Shit on any of the major podcast platforms and should have no problem finding it. Dr. Bill Marcioni, dear friend and colleague here that does Practical Prayer, his podcast is on all the major podcast platforms. Dr. Ali Benjamin and Growing Edge Live on all the major podcast platforms. And some of our other shows we're in pre-production for bringing those onto our podcast platforms. And maybe you have a show that you don't want to do audio and you just want to do a podcast. We can help you with that. The New Thought Media Network is here to support creators as much as we are to disseminate this information. And that's what I shared this earlier. I want to share it again. It's All Love on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, not just because it's my wife down there in that one corner, but because each of these people bring a unique perspective and a unique talent to the thing that is the New Thought movement. And I like to believe that, or I like to believe that I've got a bit in a part of helping people to get out in front of audiences, to say, yeah, I can do this, and we have the help, and we can help with this or that or the other thing, and allow creators to do what they do so well, and that's create, to share this New Thought message across the planet. I know that's part of what I'm here for, but I know I'm not the only one, and I know that collectively the time is now to raise the vibration, to raise the collective consciousness of who we are, as New Thought out into the world, to bring that out into the world. And that's, again, I can't be the only one, and I won't be the only. I won't do this alone, that's for sure. We have so much and so many ways for people to engage. And perhaps you'd like to engage. Maybe you'd like to sit behind the scenes and help by producing a program, or you want to create some of our animations. All these animations that we create, we have a great program to do it. We'll teach you how to use that program. We'll teach you a skill in how to create these things, and you get to play with all this stuff. Or perhaps it's producing a podcast, or editing a video for something, maybe a project that we're recording and we need some video editing. There's so many opportunities to volunteer. Carl, maybe we have a question here, right? As we're starting to wrap up, what mental equivalent do you think exists in order to shift society at this time? It's a great question, Carl. To me, a mental equivalent is not necessarily something that I can see in the physical realm. It is sometimes something that is the vision itself, or it's a vision, it's a dream, it's something that I hold, a belief that I hold. Now, we do have physical mental equivalents. They're a little harder to find. If you start looking around at various intentional communities across the planet, there are a lot of examples of what can work and what does work to shift a small pocket of society's consciousness. Ultimately, however, I think the mental equivalent is we need to be and to hold to the vision of what we truly desire, of what we've come here to be. A world of peace, a world that works for everyone. And we get to determine that based on what we're putting into the world. In my earliest introduction to the concept of mental equivalent, in early science of mind classes, it often people point to having, again, that physical representation. So when we first come into science of mind or New Thought, a lot of people focus, there's an old story about focusing on the princes, the palaces, and the parking spaces, right? Focus on relationship, our home situation, our housing situation, and getting a good parking spot at the mall or at work. Personally, I like to walk back and forth when I go somewhere. Park out in the regions a little bit, get your steps going in and out. But oftentimes mental equivalent is taught from that perspective of having a direct analog in the physical realm. When we're talking about societal shift, and it's also been said numerous times, right? The transformation of culture is a long and messy process. Shifting the consciousness of society is not an immediate and quick process. But we have opportunities, not so much to look to where it was, but again, to build a collective vision of what it is we desire and what's possible. One of the places I'm going to suggest people do that currently is on Substack. Substack, I'm really, really enjoying my experience of Substack and what we're building over there as far as New Thought Media Network. But not just that, but it's the people. And I'm going to drop a link to our Substack in the chat box, so you should be able to see that come through, Carl, on whatever platform you're watching on, and everyone else. But it's not only what I'm writing and what we're creating for New Thought Media Network, it's what others are creating and what they're writing. And like any social platform, if you go there, you're going to find some of the doom and the gloom, and this isn't right, and this is wrong, and look at what this horrible, no good, nasty thing this person did or that person, right? However, what I love about Substack is that stuff is not forced on you. You have to opt into it. So you'll see a little, people make recommendations, but it's not like an everyday, you're not inundated constantly with that doom and gloom piece. What I do find is people casting a vision. And people like Reverend Dr. David Alexander with the Liberation Lens, and Reverend Dr. Michelle Wadley, and what she's creating, and others that I'm being introduced to. I'm not that great with the names at the moment. Desiree, who is with speaking from a liberation perspective. Others that Karen Lindsley and others that are writing from a contemporary, holistic perspective of New Thought, but framing our conversations around what's really happening in our world, what's happening in our lives, what's really going on. Let's actually stop that screen and let's go over to the Substack, and I'll show you just a little bit, because some of the things that I have created over there, I'm actually quite proud of, and I think you might enjoy them as well. And one of them is right there. This is my pinned post, the Global Heart Vision for 2025. And for those that are not familiar with the Global Heart Vision, go read this article, please. But if you look at it, we're talking about building a spiritual home in a digital age. How rethinking, this is, I didn't put a picture in this one. I guess I got to go back. It looks out of place. Rethinking the tension between being victimized and refusing victimhood, and why the truth lives in the space in between. And that is based on a conversation I had with Reverend Dr. Deborah Johnson. And so all of these things that I'm putting in here that I'm creating and writing about, I believe are directly related to what we're experiencing in the world today. And in that, casting a vision, and if you choose, creating a mental equivalent of what is possible. Right now, I think we need to develop that vision, that perception of what is possible without a direct physical representation, because honestly, there aren't very many out there. I don't see an awful lot of great examples of functioning politics right now in our country or anywhere else. I think the entire planet is facing the reality of what climate change could mean, and do a little bit of research. And if the poles are shifting or shift in the future, that's going to change things. And we can create a mental equivalent that says humanity survives even the most cataclysmic of planetary events. And when it comes to planetary events, there's only a few things bigger than a pole shift, right? The magnetic poles are somewhere in a process of shifting because they've done it before, and all evidence is pointing to the fact that they are probably starting the process again. Life will change. But I am casting a vision and recognizing that humans, we are resilient, and we will find our way through that. And if you and I are alive when that happens, we will navigate those. I'm going to say we're going to navigate those waters, because that's what it'll be. The oceans will shift, the land masses will shift, but we're going to navigate those experiences together. But we got to do it from a belief that these things are working, that we have that ability, that there is a community here, there is a consciousness here that can see the good, that can recognize there is a way forward, that doesn't have to make everybody wrong and cast everybody as evil. All right. We live in a world of oneness. We live in a world of peace. We live in a world of prosperity. And anything that looks unlike that is not the truth. I'm going to come back to Substack for a minute. Dr. David's writing a series right now on the illusion of poverty. I have long spoken from the book by Victoria Castle, The Trance of Scarcity, because scarcity is not the truth of who we are. Poverty is not the truth of who we are. It is not our natural state. It is not, and it isn't something that it is something. It is not something that is because like a cosmic punishment for not working hard enough or not hustling enough, right? Our natural state is one of prosperity, of love, of abundance and joy and order and all the good that is our lives. And we create, again, I'm coming back, Carl, we create that mental equivalent every day by tuning into our prayers, by tuning into the prayers here on New Thought Media Network, by watching our programming. We tune into that mental equivalent. We are creating that mental equivalent by creating an environment around us, by going out into the world as an expression of love and light, not as an expression of you're wrong and get out of my way. I hold a vision not just for my life, not just for my family's life, not just for the life of my friends and the people around me, but for all of us, for every one of us, that we may fully, whoa, uh-oh, something started. This is what happens when you forget to turn off. That was funny. Thank you. Right at the end, too. Just as we're wrapping this up. So, we are the ones we've been waiting for. And I know that can sound a little cliche at sometimes, but we are. The difference is we've got to stop waiting for ourselves. We've got to stop waiting for the stars to align. We've got to stop waiting for the copy to be perfect. We've got to stop waiting for someone to drop money in our hands. We've got to stop waiting for people to say they love us, or that we've got to stop the waiting. We are the ones that will change the world. We are the ones that are changing the world. We are the ones that are changing the world for good. We are helping to raise the consciousness of the collective consciousness of humanity. My feeling is that if you found this program, you're already well on the way of your own healing. You may feel like you're there, you may feel like you're not, but you're well on your way to your own healing. Now we work to heal the organizations and the collective consciousness, the institutional consciousness, the systems that are giving people the excuse to believe that they are poor, that poverty is again a norm. We go beyond that. We start to believe in the systems, and we start to create new systems. This is how we change the world. Start with ourselves. Focus on the organizations that we love, that we serve, the community organizations around us, the places we show up, the supermarkets, our jobs, wherever it may be in society. And then there is systematic change that has to occur because we're holding that big vision. Thank you for the question, Carl. Thank you for the question. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. As I look at that clock, it's about time for me to stop, get out of here, and let you get into the rest of your evening. I will be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. We have our Science of Mind and Spirit conversation series. Happens every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And I will be your presenter tomorrow morning. We'll be talking about, I forget which chapter we're on, but I'll figure it out by the morning. Don't worry. I'm Dr. Robert. This is a New Thought Media Network. I so love that you've been spending any amount of time with me here tonight. And if you wonder what you missed, you came in late, well, you can always watch the replay. It'll start in just a couple of minutes. Until next time, I want to wish you peace and richest blessing. Bye now.